Hey guys, it's Finn again, making a video because it's a quarter to one, or quarter to two rather, and I am drinking a beer and unable to sleep. Um, it's been a long day. Uh, I just sent an email to another close friend a little while ago to let him know about the fact that I'm not going by my birth name anymore and that I prefer male pronouns, and in effect telling him that I'm trans. And I've known this person for a long time, um, and we share a lot of mutual friends, and a lot of friends who earlier on, even before I came out, even before I identified as a lesbian, who were affected by my inability to be female. um, and so I probably just, in coming out to he and his wife, I probably just came out to like 10 other people. Um, because we're singers and singers gossip. Um, and I've been I've been smacked in the face with a whole lot of privilege lately, and I'm having a hard time dealing with all of it. Um, Today was a really hard day, not just because of the friendships that I lost, but because of um, God, I mean, I guess I don't. There's really no way to quantify all of it. It's I'm just frustrated with life at the moment. Um, and I have to go down this road and process it by myself. But I guess the bottom line is that I'm starting to come out of my shell and I'm starting to talk about my experiences, and I'm starting to be honest about it and tell people, for better or for worse, what's going on with me. And I'm starting to weed out friends, as I've talked about, and I'm starting to cut out family members because that's where I am right now. Um, if you're not okay with me, then you need to leave. And I don't know if other trans people have been that abrasive in their decision making, about who to keep around in their life and who not to, but um, I don't know. I'm overcome with a lot of different emotions right now, and I'm sure that all of you can relate to this. And I know that a lot of you are on the other end of this screen, probably nodding your head and and shaking it and smiling and knowing that you were here at one point and at several points too during your transition. Um, but it gives me no comfort to know that in the end I'm alone in my room dealing with it right now. Um, I have to be up in 4 hours for school. Um, yeah, just having a hard time. And there are good things. As I said in my prior video, I'm not discounting the good things and the good people that are around, because there are quite a few. As it turns out, I have more people who liked me than I thought. um, and so I have to search my heart in the next few weeks and make a lot of decisions and figure out who I am a little bit more and who I want to be to everyone, not just a select group of people, not just the men I sing with, not just my family, not just my partner, but to everyone. How do I want my community to see me? How do I want the world to see me? How will I be happy? Will I be happy if I drop out of school and get a job and save up for top surgery? And will I be happy if I drop out of school and get a job so I can go to therapy, so I can get a letter to have top surgery? Would that make me happy? These are the things I need to figure out. Um, so that's what I'm dealing with right now. And on top of that, um, I have two family members, um, two rather close family members, um, who are dealing with, um, well, dealing with the approach of the end of their lives. And I've never been one who's really good with grief. Um, I've changed a lot in how I process grief and how I deal with it, but I don't know. Um, my grandfather's not doing well, and I have an uncle who is not doing well at all either. Um, and I just found out the day after Thanksgiving how bad those two respective situations were. Um, and in that, I was very angry that my family didn't talk to me more about it. Ooh. Um, but yeah, I was angry that my family didn't talk about it. See, that's a good strategy, trans guys. When you do these vlogs, when you drink beer, you just take a swig and then you won't cry. Um, um, but what bothered me was that no one said anything to me about my family members not doing well. And I think the conversation with my grandmother went on. Um, and my grandmother is a great grandmother several times over. And my sister tells me horror stories all the time about how our family pushes her to get married and have kids, but she's not even 20 years old yet. Um, and I said to my grandmother, you're not going to have any great grandkids by me. And she paused for a minute and said, well, I know, but blah, blah, blah. And it got kind of awkward. And my step grandfather was on the other line, on the other end of the phone. And I don't know. Um, my step, my grandmother happened to marry someone who is a Presbyterian minister, so that's gonna be fun if the trans conversation ever comes up. But yeah, I said you're not getting any great grandchildren from me, and she was kind of like, yeah, I know, which was cool, but at the same time, I just felt like I was missing out on something. Like I'm not who I'm supposed to be still. Why do I still feel like that? Like they're pressuring me to be someone else because they don't like what came out. And I'm adopted, so I kind of feel like the pair of shoes that you bought, but they cost a lot of money and you kind of like them, but you don't want to take them back. Maybe you'll regift them. All my life I felt like those that pair of shoes. Does that make sense? Um Maybe that's the root of what I'm dealing with right now. In being trans, in being gender variant, and in professing a fluid sexual orientation, in the life of my family and of my friends, I am perhaps that pair of shoes that one buys that one cannot bring oneself to take back, but still sits in the closet unworn. My videos have been really depressing lately, and I own that. Um, and I'm really sorry about that. Um, but I just have nothing good to say about my experience right now. And I hope that you don't all hold it against me. I think I'm going to enforce a YouTube moratorium until I adjust my attitude to the point where I can say things that are going to be helpful instead of harmful. Um, so I'm going to take a break and I'm going to get my mind right and figure out what I need, and then I will make better videos because I have some damn good things to say too. So I wish you all well, and I'll see you sooner rather than later. Bye.